Hi folks, this is Don Schaefer. Once again, I'm excited to be with you. I know we've been going through a lot of things. We've been working on a series called Not Ready for a Toe Tag, and we're trying to make this a year of trying to achieve areas in our life that we have never gone after, dreams that we might have had, but areas that we have never developed and never allowed to happen. So what we're trying to do is look at different areas and different thoughts and ideas of how you can progress. And I know last week we talked about let it go. We talked about let it go. And the fact that there's a children's song called Let It Go in a Disney film called Frozen, but it actually has a wonderful message behind it, because a lot of times in life what happens is we get hurt, and everybody gets hurt in different ways, in different fashions. Everybody gets hurt, but the ones that are successful in life have learned to let it go. They have learned to be able to forgive their offenders and allow themselves to prosper in life. They don't allow themselves to get stuck in the past, which so many people do, or they don't get themselves so far in the future that they're not doing anything today. But they're taking every day as an individual day and allowing it to be the best that they possibly can make it. So we have to learn how to let things go. But this week, I want to talk about a different topic called the making of a masterpiece. And the Bible says that we're all wonderfully made and we're wonderfully designed by God to be masterpieces, but it's up to us and the things we do and how we live our life to be able to develop ourselves into the masterpiece that we were designed to be. An example I always love to look at is Michelangelo. And I remember he was given the assignment of sculpturing the statue David. And it took him a long time of walking around and looking at different materials and whatever. And finally one day he was walking the streets in whatever town that was, and he found a big block of marble. And he had this block of marble brought into his studio, and in the next 3 years he sculptured David. What he's seen inside that marble is potential to make a masterpiece. And most people would have looked at that marble and said, hey, it's just a block of marble, but David's seen the masterpiece inside of it. And that's where, looking in our lives, we need to see the masterpiece that's within us and be able to get ourselves in the position of sculpturing our lives to be exactly the way the Lord has made us to be. And that's why I want to encourage you this week to say to yourself, I am a masterpiece. And to look at yourself and say, hey, you know what? I can be and do different things. I know what this is kind of a bold statement, but I can pretty much tell. If I could spend a day with any individual, I could pretty much tell exactly where the person's headed, whether they're going to be successful in this or that, because I can see what their priorities are and their agenda is for the day. And that's where, like all masterpieces, it's one step at a time, it's one chisel at a time, it's one polish at a time. But it's what we do on a daily basis. And that's why I want to encourage you to look at yourself as a masterpiece and realize that it is the little things that you do every day and the priorities you make for yourself that allow you to achieve greatness and someday be the Lord's masterpiece. Thank you so much for being with me this week. I'll see you next week, and keep on chiseling. Thank you. Bye-bye.